They say it's the world's smallest smart lock. Today we're going to take a look at the Homekit compatible Friday smart lock. Let's go! Yo, what's going on guys? Thanks for joining me today for another video. For those new here, my name is Shane, and on this channel I'm building an easy smart home using Homekit. So be sure to subscribe, click the bell icon so you don't miss out when we post new Homekit videos every Sunday right here. So as I said, today we're going to talk about the Friday smart lock. Talk about the features, the installation real quick, and then we will discuss my overall thoughts and opinions after using this for a while. Now, first of all, a huge thank you to Friday Homes for sending me this smart lock so I can review it and share it with you guys on the channel. With that said, I did not pay for this lock. It's important you guys know that, but as always, the opinions in this video are completely mine, and I'm gonna give it to you straight up as always. All right, so let's jump right into the features and then we'll talk about the installation real quick. Now, as I said earlier, they do claim this lock to be the world's smallest retrofit smart lock on the market. Okay, it is 2.75 inches wide and 1.87 inches high. This does come with a $200 price tag, so it's not the cheapest smart lock out there. It's not the most expensive, but definitely not the cheapest. It does fit most deadbolt locks in most regions, and as I said, it is a retrofit smart lock. So what that means is this just replaces the twisty knob. What do you call that? The turn, thumb turn, whatever that thing is. It just replaces that on the inside of the lock. So this leaves the outside and the guts of the lock all intact. You don't replace any of that. So the good thing about that is that you can continue to use your existing keys if you want, and also people from the outside can't tell that this is a smart lock. It does feature a rechargeable custom battery that they send with you, and a little charger that just plugs into USB, so you'll have to use that for recharging. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. It comes in 7 different finishes, so you're really likely to find something that will kind of match your existing hardware, your existing doorknob, stuff like that. Now, it's built with all metal mechanical parts on the inside, so that's really good. It means it should be durable. They include a universal base plate, so as I said, this should fit most deadbolts because of that, and in most regions. Now, as far as smart assistants go, this lock does work exclusively with Homekit, so sorry all you Alexa and Google fans out there. This one's just for Homekit. You can allow it access to your Wi-Fi, so you can access this thing anywhere. Of course, if you're using a Homekit hub, you have remote control from anywhere in the world through your Homekit hub, being your Apple TV or your HomePod or whatever. They say the Friday lock uses the same encryption levels as banks, so it should be pretty secure. Now, some of the extra features you can get with this is the ability to issue out remote keys. So kind of like most smart locks, you have the ability to create certain keys for people. So if they download the Friday app, you can issue them a key, say your dog walker, or your grandma or whoever. You can issue specific keys to different people, and they can be time-based, they can be indefinite, whatever. So for example, you can issue a remote key for your dog walker that they can only access the lock between 9 and 10 a.m. or something on Tuesdays. So you can set those kinds of things. You can of course revoke keys at any point if you want. In the Friday app, there is a log that you can look at that shows you who all and at what time access the lock. Another feature they have kind of unique to this lock is what they call the Friday Assist feature. This thing is pretty cool. So a couple things this does. First of all, it allows you to lock the lock automatically. You can change the time frame from like 1 minute, 5 minutes, whatever. You can change the sensitivity. For example, you can say lock the door automatically when I shut the door hard. There's a soft, medium, and hard setting. I'm not too crazy about this feature because I'm just afraid of locking myself out. If you don't have your phone or your key and you shut the door, you're kind of screwed. Another piece of this Friday Assist feature that they have is the automatic unlock. Now, this one I think is really cool, especially if you're using this on like your front door or something. And it's pretty accurate in my testing so far, but what this does is it uses geofencing to determine when you leave and when you come, and it will automatically lock your lock when you get back home. Now, they say they have some proprietary techniques built in to prevent false unlocks. So if you are home, it should not unlock automatically, and I didn't experience any of that, so this seemed to work well. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what's in the box, and then we'll set this thing up. In the box you have the Friday shell, the base unit, rechargeable battery, the USB charger, 2 tailpiece adapters, the door adapter plate, and the quick guide. All right, and that's what's in the box, and it includes, again, this quick start guide, and this thing is pretty helpful. Has some real nice color diagrams, and actually has a little diagram right here which you can use to measure your tailpiece, so that'll come in handy. Let's go ahead and set this thing up. All right, step 1, uninstall the old thumb turn, keep the screws. Step 2 is you're gonna measure the tailpiece with the slider. So the max length is 8 millimeters. Shorten it if needed, so you can actually saw off the tailpiece some with, with a little hacksaw or something, or you can use the little adapter that's included, and this will provide, more space if you have a longer tailpiece, so you can use that. Next, you want to rotate the Friday lock until you find the right holes. I think mine were the green and red holes. Then you're just going to screw it in with the old screws that you took out initially. If the hole on your door is too big for the lock, then you can also use this adapter. Mine didn't need the adapter. Next, you want to rotate the Friday lock to the desired open and closed orientation and install the tailpiece adapter. It includes 2 different tailpiece adapters, so just install the right one here. Then insert the battery. It does say in the instructions to make sure you charge the battery all the way before you install it, so I did do that. And the last step is just to attach the cover plate. The cover plate just pops on. So there you go. So you can see the physical installation was really easy. All you're doing is just replacing that the thumb turn part right there. All the other stuff stays the same, so that was easy. Now setting it up through the app for me was a huge pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know if I'm just special or what the case was, but I had a hell of a time trying to get this thing to cooperate in the app. It just wouldn't connect right. So it took me a while of just kind of retrying it and re-adding it, and eventually I got it to work. I think what finally worked was adding it through the Home app, and then it'll tell you that you need to set up additional steps or something like that in the manufacturer's app. And then I opened the Friday app, and it automatically detected that the lock was in the Home app, and then I was able to finish setting it up. There's a little calibration process that it'll take you to, having you shut the door, lock it, and everything to calibrate the lock. So setting it up in the app was a pain, but once I got it set up, it worked great. One thing to keep in mind, as really this applies with all smart locks, is you really want to have a deadbolt that just turns very freely. If you have any issues with the door, with the lock not turning freely, your smart lock's probably gonna have issues. The motor seems to be really strong, which is a good thing. One thing I'm not crazy about is the battery. I don't know how long it's gonna last. Hopefully it lasts for a really long time. But when you do have to recharge that battery, the lock is kind of unusable. So when you take the battery out, the tailpiece adapter may fall out. The battery is kind of what's holding that in. So if you have to recharge this battery, you just need to do it strategically, do it at a good time when you don't have to worry about using the lock maybe. The lock is a little bit loud, but that doesn't bother me too much since I'm usually not in the room when I lock this thing through HomeKit. Friday assist features are really cool. If you put this lock in a place like your front door, using the geofence to automatically unlock your lock is great. Almost makes me wish I would have put this on my front door. I actually put this on my back door. For me, this was just a better fit for something on my back door. I like to have a keypad or something that I can use on the front door because I have kids, who may not have phones or whatever. This way they can still use the lock on the front door, but this has been great for me on the back door. And for my personal setup, this back door actually gets locked and unlocked a lot more manually than it does through an app or something, because we have a dog that we're always letting out and in. And the design of this thing, I really like. You've seen some that are just real awkward and bulky. The way this has that kind of tapered design makes it real easy and natural just to lock it and unlock it manually. So I really like that. The all metal parts and gears are good and assure me that it won't mess up and it should stand the test of time. So the price is a little bit high, but it is built well. It has a good looking design and some nice features that if those things are appealing to you, then this might be a good choice for you. There's not too many retrofit locks that look good at all, really. This is probably one of the better looking ones in my opinion. So I do like that, and I like that they have all the different finishes. It's a good HomeKit lock. It works well in HomeKit. You know, I can ask Siri the status of my back door and it can tell me if it's locked or unlocked. I can now include my back door lock in my scenes, you know, my going to bed scenes where it's locking all my doors and stuff like that. You know, have some patience when you're setting it up in case you have any issues like I did as far as setting it up with the app goes. But once you can get through that, it's, you know, it's a really good solid lock in my opinion. So there you go. If there's anything I missed or you have any other questions about this lock, feel free to drop some comments down below. Again, if you're new here, my name is Shane, and on this channel I'm building an easy smart home using HomeKit, and we're dropping new HomeKit smart home videos every Sunday right here. So be sure to subscribe, click the bell icon so you don't miss out when we post those. Thanks everybody so much for watching, and until the next time, we will see y'all later.